more guidance for light workers of our friends galactic and angelic beings known as the Collective. Greetings, friends and light workers. We are glad to have the opportunity to speak with you again. We are aware, as we have said before, now you are all facing the immense changes and restructurings caused by the eclipse energies being augmented increasingly by the approach of autumn equinox energies. We see him making great juggling as you redirect your physical energies to harmonize completely with your etheric aspect. Their bodies and as a result their minds and emotions are pushing density that for so many eons has represented life in the third dimension of the earth. Their physical bodies are transmuting the old structure, the carbon-based, and not just because of a new physical form that will replace it. Their bodies are being encouraged by their souls, by higher beings and the evolving nature of life on earth to evolve not only for light bodies, but also to open and receptive vessels the greatest truth, the divine love, peace and freedom that life after life you called for this experience. It is approaching a change between what you call physical and what you call spiritual or etheric. Is decreasing the gap that lies between the logical thinking and the truth buried deep in the heart, called the intuitive wisdom, the voice of your soul. Is continually increasing the distance between those who prefer the old service requirements to the ego of life in the third dimension, the belief in separation of all people instead of unity, with all those who are being led by the rising tide of service ALL. And no, you will not lose your individuality. You will realize that this little tug that you call your life is in fact a large vessel, floating on a blue sea connected to all of the living beings on the planet. You will not forget your own preferences and individuality, not lose touch with those you love, even if some of them prefer to stay in the third dimension level. You will not forget the healthy fights and the sense of adventure that you came to experience the third dimension of the earth, the emotion of living in a physical thick body, exploring both the shadows and the light to witness the mystery of the great light that emerges when the shadow is overcome. It is impossible for you to forget all this. You are not releasing their experiences as if they never occurred, even those you were captive, hungry, enslaved, or suffering. Of course, these experiences are all that you are in the broadest sense and will remain with you. But you are holding now only the beauty of wisdom, understanding, growth and new achievements have you learned from these powerful experiences. You are harvesting your crop now, as the gardener harvesting ready and ripe fruit and is pleased with the new branches growing on the plant, taking only the refined gold of each experience and releasing the emotional residue, even the bitterest of answers as debris that you need not carry along. Forgive yourself now for all your reactions in all the lives that lived on this planet. If you still cannot do it, forgive the anger and feelings of loss, betrayals and abuse, the disappointment he felt when love or happiness seemed an illusion, the questions you asked and that no one can answer. Forgive all. For this great experience had nothing to do with you get what you wanted a personal level. She had to do with you try everything you could ever experience in your real home, which is a place of pure light and joy, where loved ones around you and fill the air with laughter and beauty in the heart messages to heart. Where you absorb the pure tones and bright colors of the universe music and performs cheerful their work, which is his greatest mission. In that place, you could never have evolved so total and so quickly in earth-time the level of the soul. This experience on earth has been a kind of crash course of the darkness to the light and you have been an integral part of this beautiful dance. And now, what will make those who have for so long ruled your planet with a terrible iron fist? They intend to step aside and admit defeat, allowing the light to reign again. You know they do not have this intention, as you know that denial and refusal to cooperate until the last moment is part of the revolution that the earth itself is now experiencing in all ways and at all levels. And there is no one who can hold the ascension of the earth, or hold their own individual development for longer, because this is the only you can do if they want. This was not always the case. However, now your conscience is above the ceiling placed on the human consciousness for many thousands of years, and what you're finding there, especially in your dream state, is both exciting and surprising for those who are witnessing. Yes, indeed these are difficult times, if you count only the feeling of being thrown from side to side on a big ship. If you count only the days you are dizzy or exhausted, feeling no energy, or sad and vulnerable. However, we would say that besides these reconfigurations and strange directions of its cells, consider the miracle of knowing that your time in this strange lower consciousness mechanism that was once Earth is ending. Take into account the fact that you're not just witnessing the emergence of a new human race, but you are participating in the same in the new Earth too. Take into account the fact that this is your greatest dream, his greater vision, his masterpiece of perception and intention, the creation of his own soul. And that in all this, no matter what, you are constantly being driven by a multitude of beings who love you, support staff, the soul of family, twin flame and the legions of angels now enveloping the earth, those who they are called galactic family, in the trillions. And you asked for it to be pushed forward and try and overcome with joy at the thought of being part of this great evolution to a new life. And lately you've got to realize, though still not allowed to put into words, that the worst is over. And so it is. Namaste, dear. We are with you every moment.